Nigerians. I speak to you today with a heavy heart and sense of responsibility, aware of the turmoil and violent protests unleashed in some of our states. Notably, among the protesters were young Nigerians who desired a better and more progressive country where their dreams, hope, and personal aspiration will be fulfilled. I am especially pained by the loss of lives in Borno, Jigawa, Kano, Kaduna, and other states, the destruction of facilities in some states, and the wanton looting of supermarkets and shops, contrary to the promise of protest organizers that the protest will be peaceful across the country. The destruction of properties set us back as a nation, as scarce resources will be again used to restore them. I commiserate with the families and relations of those who have died in the protests. We must stop further bloodshed, violence, and destruction. As the president of this country, I must ensure public order in line with the constitutional oath to protect the lives and property of every citizen. Our government will not stand idly by and allow a few with a clear political agenda to tear this nation apart. Under the circumstances, I hereby enjoin protesters and the organizers to suspend any further protest and create room for dialogue, which I have always acceded to at the slightest opportunity. Nigeria requires all hands on deck and need us all, regardless of age, party, tribe, religion, or other divides, to work together, reshaping our destiny as a nation. For those who have taken undue advantage of this situation to threaten any section of this country, be warned. The law will catch up with you. There is no place for ethnic bigotry or such threats in the Nigeria we seek to build. Our democracy progresses when the constitutional rights of every Nigerian are respected and protected. Our law enforcement agencies should continue to ensure full protection of life and properties of innocent citizens in a responsible manner. My vision for our country is one of a just and prosperous nation where each person may enjoy the peace, freedom, and meaningful livelihood that only democratic good governance can provide. One that is open, transparent, and accountable to the Nigerian people. My dear Nigerians, especially our youth, I have heard you loud and clear. I understand the pain and the frustration that drive these protests, and I want to assure you that our government is committed to listening and addressing the concerns of our citizens. But we must not let violence and destruction tear our nation apart. We must work together to build a brighter future where every Nigerian can live with dignity and prosperity. The task before us is a collective one, and I am leading the charge as your president. A lot of work has gone into stabilizing our economy, and I must stay focused on ensuring that the benefits reach every single Nigerian as we promised. My administration is working very hard to improve and expand our national infrastructure and create more opportunities for our young people. Let nobody misinform and miseducate you about your country or tell you that your government does not care about you. Although there have been many dashed hopes in the past, we are in a new era of renewed hope. We are working hard, and the result will soon be visible and concrete for everyone to see, feel, and enjoy. Let us work together to build a brighter future for ourselves and for generations to come. Let's choose hope over fear, unity over division, and progress over stagnation. The economy is recovering. Please don't shut out this oxygen. Now that we have been enjoying democratic governance for 25 years, do not let the extremists of enemies of democracy use you to promote an unconstitutional agenda that will set us back on our democratic journey. Forward ever, backward never. In conclusion, security operatives should continue to maintain peace, law, and order in our country, following the necessary Convention on Human Rights, to which Nigeria is a signatory. The safety and security of all Nigerians are paramount. Thank you for your attention, and may God continue to bless our great nation. Thank you very much.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Morning Crossfire right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're expecting a former presidential aspirant Victor Anilaju to be with us in the studio this morning as we look at the matters arising as far as the protest is concerned, and bad governance in Nigeria, or end hunger and hardship, whatever you want to call it. Day 5. We were told by the Nation newspaper that the protesters have deserted the venues. I don't know if that is the case. Protesters leave Lagos ground, desert Abuja, Benin venues, what the paper said. Well, day 5, it remains to be seen if that will be the case today, if the protesters will return to the different protesting grounds around the country. But they've said they will. I mean, look at some of the stories and the reactions from some of the protesting Nigerians after yesterday's presidential speech. If you want to go by that, the indications are that they will return to the grounds. While waiting for Victor to come in, Victor Anilaju, former presidential aspirant, and of course entrepreneur, to join us in the studio. What are your thoughts on the president's speech? That's number one. Number two, some of the protesters are here at Gani Fawemi Freedom Park yesterday, and were of the view that since the president has spoken, it's time for Nigerians to go home. You know, at least something has been achieved as far as the protest is concerned. You know, something has been achieved, which is the government has taken notice of what Nigerians are saying, and they've had to sit up. What do you think about that? Today's day 5 of the End Bad Governance protests. Nigerians have continued to pour out in their thousands across the country to say no to bad governance, and despite the president's speech, they are vowing to continue. But is it time for the protesters to say, we've achieved something, the president has noticed and he has spoken, let's go home? All right, what do you think about that? Call us right now, 0201-277, 0993, 0201-277, 1993, 0201-277, 2993 or 3993. Our female line is 0201 465 7190, 0201 465 7190. It's a number to call if you want to be a part of the conversation. Don't forget, like I earlier said, around 5 o'clock this morning, Nigerian billionaire, captain of industry, Atedo Peterside said, I think it was yesterday night, or yesterday morning, put out a tweet saying that it's time for the protest to end. Yesterday, Sunday. Here's what Atedo Peterside said. He said, "Dear protesters, I doff my heart to those of you who have been protesting peacefully since August 1. You've shaken Nigeria to the core and dispelled the falsehood that many of our youth are not politically active and or do not care to demand good governance. I beg you in the name of God to please call off the protest now." Atedo Peterside, the same person who was vocal against government in 2020 during NSAS. He says, "I beg you in the name of God to please call off the protest now. In the aftermath of NSAS," I see my lengthy RICV interview from 2020 attached. Okay, put a link there. "I explained that any mass street action that goes on for more than a few days will be infiltrated and overtaken by hoodlums." This is what Atedo Peterside is saying. "Please end the protest today, Sunday. Poor Nigerians cannot endure that protest for more than a few days." Or poor Nigerians cannot endure protests for more than a few days. He says, "You have made your point. Your massive turnout has frightened many people. The federal government is not deaf. The president has spoken this morning. Perhaps even the legislators have heard your voice also, or have heard you also. If they collectively fail to significantly reduce the cost of governance, stop wasteful expenditure, and tighten their own belts or lead by example, please," he says, "then re-strategize, regroup, and call them to order again. God bless you." So these are some of the thinking out there. It's an example of the thinking out there that it's enough. All right, so the nation doesn't slide into further anarchy. What do you think? Or into anarchy, let me say. What do you think about this? So we don't have a total breakdown of law and order. It's time to go home. Do you agree or not? Call us right now and share your thoughts with us. We have a first listener on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kofi.
Welcome. What's your name?
This is Evangelist Johnson from Maryland.
All right, good to hear from you. Please go on.
Yeah, we had our president yesterday, but we don't even know where to go from here. If we can, I don't know how to put it. We have a president that said he is listening to the people. Which of the demands of the youth that he mentioned in that broadcast? Why are we like this? Is it not a president in this same Africa? If the first day, as our president says, subsidy is gone, the first day he entered the office, he take over the power. In another country, another president take over the same day, and he say he cut off all the traveling of the ministers. Say no minister should travel anyhow. No minister should go abroad for treatment. Why our president cannot do that? Why can't he call back this subsidy? Let this country be at peace. What is all this? Must we always run all the time shouting, fighting
all right.
before the right?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it's you know what? He's not answered my call question anyway. Let's go back to the phone lines. Next caller, 99.3. Good morning.
Good morning. Mr.
Welcome.
Kofi. My name is Beloved.
Beloved, okay. Beloved, where do you stand in all of this? Time to go home or not?
For me, anything about Nigeria, we need to be very careful. Because if you say we should go home now, APC government is a government that I don't trust. I keep on saying it that they don't understand politics. They do things the way that it will please them, without caring if it's for everybody. So whatever we're going to do in this country to make sure that things go well, we are in for it. So it doesn't matter how long it's going to take. We are in for it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you calling in. 99.3. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Kofi.
Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Onome.
Onome, good to hear from you. Time to go home or not?
It's never thanks to there are many words I want to say, but I can't use those words on the radio.
Please.
But I just think
God
our
bless you.
president is not serious right now.
Why do you say so?
See, Mr. Kofi,
Yeah.
for the past few days, I've traveled around the states due to the cause of this protest.
Okay.
And I don't think the president wants to stop anytime. I said that my history is the man.
Okay.
I know
So,
what I saw. I know what I saw when I traveled through Benin, Asaba, Agbo.
what did you see?
Mr. Kofi,
Yeah.
I can't explain those. I know I saw her.
Give us an idea. Just say what you saw. What did you see?
Mr. Kofi, you are angry. Everywhere they have been roadblocking different states, apart from those states that say they don't want to protest. But if you start from Benin, Agbo, then my friend was at Lauren, which I called him also. I don't know, but we are not ready to go back to many times from
now. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you calling out. Chibuzo, good morning. Where are you listening to us from? And what's your contribution?
Kofi, good morning. I'm calling from Ekoto.
All right, Chibuzo, go on.
Kofi, this is yesterday. More. I find nothing there. We are not going back. We are not going back because what you expected from our president is not what he just told us. We expected him to return back the fuel subsidy, but he couldn't. So it means that things are still getting hard. We don't have any expectation in this country again. So,
is it possible, from all you're aware of, for Nigeria to return the fuel subsidy to what it was before now?
Since for the first day he removed the subsidy, there was no tangible agenda. There's no plan. There's no good plan before you remove the subsidy. So since there was no plan, and this is getting hard, the best thing is for you to return back the subsidy. So people will end all this suffering. This suffering will end. That's the right thing.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. There's a president's statement talking about what he met on ground, and what they've been able to do. 97% of the country's revenue used to service debt. And that is unimaginable, like I said. Unbelievable, unimaginable, unthinkable. He's been able to reduce that to 68%. Does that maybe give you a bit of understanding for what the government has had to do, battle with the challenge the government has had to face in order to get Nigeria back on track? I saw some material. Some people saying, for instance, that that the previous administration, Buhari, led by Buhari, they got Nigeria's crude to foreign hands, ahead of time. So made advanced deals, collected huge loans, saying that Nigeria will pay crude, will pay back the loans with crude oil. And all these agreements have been made before Tinubu came on board. Is that something that, if you listen to, how does that sit with you? What do you think about that? All the loans that these guys collected in the previous administration, they signed Nigeria's crude away, signed Nigeria's resources away. And the next government that came was bound to go through a lot of pain. What do you think about that? All right. What do you think about that? And 97% of Nigeria's revenue was unavailable to the country because of how the previous administration governed the country. And government comes on board and sees that there's no money. Not even that we're drilling oil, we're producing oil, we're exporting oil, but we cannot even enjoy the money that we make. And they had to work around that, and they say they've reduced it now to 68%. Does that give you a bit of a bit of understanding towards this particular administration? And would you like to give them more time listening to all these explanations? Or do you think it's a case of you go explain tire, like Bernaba will say? All right. So when you have almost 100% of the country's revenue being used to service debt, that's a very bad situation. When you have a government before you signing off your resources, your oil, say, please give us loans. Let's take the money, and then in the future we'll pay it back with our crude oil. It means that your future has been mortgaged. How about that? So what do you think about all these things? You can call right now and you can have your say. In effect, it probably means that Buhari and Emefiele were really sustaining the country unsustainably. They were borrowing to subsidize for Nigerians. Borrowing. So for how long will you keep borrowing for? To what extent? Till when? Because you can't keep borrowing forever. Saying, okay, let's postpone the evil day. Let's postpone the evil day till the next guy comes, he can take care of it. We'll pay our bills.
You are number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Ayo.
Yes?
You're cooking again?
My sister, you know I like to keep my family happy.
So you use Tasty Tom?
Of course.
This stew is so red and thick.
Tasty Tom tomato mix enriches my meals with an appealing and appetizing red color.
So Tasty Tom is this red and thick?
Yes, so.
It's also tasty.
Can we have more, please?
I am going to get my own Tasty Tom tomato mix. My family deserves to be happy too.
Yes, with Tasty Tom tomato mix, you can give your family more of meals that make them happy. It's thick, tasty, and enriches your meals with an appealing red color. It's enriched with vitamins and fiber that are good for the body. Tasty Tom for tasty meals.
He done of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you dey whine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you dey talk like this? Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I no know.
Guy, hfm.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said hfm.com.
Which one is hfm.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said hfm.com. Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
This story, but I only not the things where I don't do for me. Yeah. Quality appliance, quality performance in abundance, energy and constance. This one no be one chance. 70% electricity saving for your AC. 50% electricity saving for your freezer, refrigerator, washing machine. Tamukuno the shake out show. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We there for you. Ayatamokuna #1. We go there for you. Quality appliances for all. We there for you. We go there for you. We there for you.
Is it okay to make fun of our tooth gap? Let's have a talk. Colgate makes your teeth so strong. Stop cover your mouth. Not to do yanga with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Zero cavities and fresh breath. If you use a Colgate paste. Not to do yanga with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Colgate, #1 oral care brand in the world.
Every child loves Bobo, my special Bobo drink. Every adult loves nutritious yogo stream. Tasty creamy yogo stream. My Bobo, my yogo, ooh la la la.
Bobo, filled with vitamins and minerals, is every child's favorite as it makes them sharp, leaves them bright, and keeps them healthy. The taste is awesome and the feeling is so indescribably special. It comes in different flavors and is available in shops nationwide. Yogo yogurt is creamy, yummy, tasty, and specially made with vitamins and minerals to keep every adult truly fulfilled. It contains probiotics for your good health and nutrition. It has different flavors and is available in shops nationwide. Products of Bobo Fruits and Beverages.
My Bobo, my yogo, ooh la la la.
Ooh la la.
Guess who's coming back exclusively on Showmax? The Buzz. Coming back to give you all the inside scoop, spicy banter, and bigger secrets from Big Brother's house. Get ready for juicy behind-the-scenes videos that Biggie won't show you, but The Buzz would.
Join Toke Makinwa on BB Naija The Buzz, premiering on August 1st with a new episode showing every Thursday, streaming only on Showmax. You can also stream BB Naija 24/7 on the Showmax app. Subscribe now. Sign up now at showmax.com.
When it's football you want, get it all on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live. Because when it comes to football, we've got it all. All day, all night. No matter what package you're on, you're always going to get football on DSTV.
Get an HD decoder at the promo offer of 22,900 naira and stay connected. DSTV, your home of football.
A brighter tomorrow begins with smart choices today. With the Union Correct account from Union Bank, you get to secure your tomorrow and get rewarded while at it. You can start saving with just 5,000 naira monthly and enjoy fantastic interest rates. Yes, you can save as low as 5,000 naira. That's not all. Every 6 months, you stand a chance to win amazing cash prizes of up to 500,000 naira. Correct! Make that move. Open the Union Correct account today. To get started, visit any Union Bank branch or log on to our website at www.unionbankng.com for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Live from the heart of Victoria Island, you're listening to your number one station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back. Still taking your thoughts on President Bola Tinubu's speech, and of course, some of the points listed by those who say, the situation here is the evil day that Nigerians have been postponing. What are your thoughts on that? Whichever way you think, feel free to call and share your opinion. Some will say, Buhari was simply postponing the evil day. Each time he wanted to end fuel subsidy, Nigerians will say, we don't want it to end and all that, and he'll change his mind and go borrow more money to sustain it. And he kept borrowing, and borrowed Nigeria into a position where the country was using 97%, which is unthinkable. 97% of the country's revenue to service debt. Basically, nothing coming from the crude oil, riches of Nigeria. It's unthinkable. But hey, some will say, this government, when they came in, yes, it was a bad situation. Maybe they didn't communicate it well. You tell Nigerians this is what's going on. These are difficulties we're going through. This is a real situation. We want to go after those who have plunged us into this situation. Number one. Number two, we're going to cut government spending. We're not going to spend as much as we normally would spend. We'll take pay cuts and all that. So where do you stand in all of this? Your thoughts are welcome. 0201-277-0993. Any part of the president's speech, feel free to air your views on it. 0201-277-0993. 0201-465-7190 is the female line. So do you have a bit of sympathy or understanding for the administration, looking at the fact that they made a very bad situation and they just had to bite the bullet and to start fixing the wound that was festering in Nigeria. Also, there are some calls, for the protests to end because the president has addressed Nigerians. We hear that yesterday at Ojota, at the protest ground, some of the protesters were of the view that it's time to go home, while some were saying, no, the president didn't say anything, let's continue. Where do you stand in all of this? Especially as a billionaire, a businessman, or business tycoon, you want to call him that, and a public commentator. He talks on national issues without any fear or favor. Tedo Peterside has said, any protest that lasts a few days could be hijacked by bad people. Let's not stretch it beyond now. The president has spoken. The protest has jolted Nigeria to the foundations or to the core. So you've achieved something. Let's go home. We live to fight another day. If the president doesn't make changes, you re-strategize and come back. Where do you stand in all of this? Okay, time to go back to the phone lines. We go to the female line next. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kofi.
All right, it's called a female line. You certainly don't sound female.
Oh, sorry about that.
I will just give you to Donald Trump. Okay, 99.3, good morning.
Good morning, Kofi.
Welcome, your name?
Yeah, this is Nicholas.
Nicholas, where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Maza.
All right, welcome.
So, from the speech from the president, from the end of the president yesterday, is as a result of a visionless speech. You understand? When a leader does not have a clear vision of what he wants, where and what he wants to do, and where he's taking a country to,
it tends to roam around a statement that does not correlate with the present agitation perspective. How can you be a leader? Your followers are on the street lamenting, commenting, making demands of some certain things, and all you could just tell them is they should see, if not for the fact that Nigeria is a blessed country and we accommodate a lot of things, right? Yesterday's speech, to be sincerely speaking, is enough reason to shut down all the institution and segment of the country.
Okay.
But because we are reasonable enough, we are like, let's see how this thing plays. If after the 10 days in which we've been mandated to protest, if nothing is being done, then I'm sure.
But the president says, what do you think about this, my brother? The president says, this protest has a potential to destroy the progress Nigeria is making under him. 97% debt revenue to debt servicing ratio down to 68. It was a bad situation. We just need some more time that the economy will pick up.
You remember when I started my speech, I said the leader we have is a curious leader. Now imagine, Kofi, you borrowed 50,000 naira to start a business, right? Are you going to tell me that 50,000 naira you borrowed from a friend to start a business, you're going to spend 70% of it to live a lifestyle that your friend that borrowed you that money will be asking, sorry, what's the purpose of you borrowing this money? Like, is it really worth borrowing it? Like,
right.
Do you think if you should come next time I want to borrow you when I see the lavishness you play in the 50,000 I give to you? It's terrible.
Thank you very much. So what the last caller wants is that he expected the president to have announced a raft of measures aimed at drastically cutting government spending, particularly with what goes into the pocket and the lifestyle of the politicians. That's what he probably would have wanted to see. The president announce a raft of measures. We have Pastor Ladipo is calling from a relay Gamo on the line. Pastor Ladipo, your contribution. Good morning.
Good morning, Pastor.
Welcome.
This is Pastor Ladipo.
Yeah, I already mentioned your name. Yeah, please.
Relay Sarigom.
Oh, God. All right.
Kofi, when you ask people to be patient, as a father, the children want to see your priority. They want to see your priority. And let me just take the case of a man that has so many children. And all the children are complaining that they have not been able to eat for some time and all of that. And the father is telling them, I made some mistake in the past and all of that. I'm trying to put some things in order. Only for them to see their father get involved in some frivolous spendings. Don't you think they will believe that their father does not mean well for them?
So what are you saying? You have 10
What
seconds.
I'm saying, in essence, is this. The president, from his speech yesterday, he does not even show. He's just telling us his achievement, but this achievement is not reflecting directly on the people that is under 1 year. And you are telling us, okay, that we're going to gain it.
Okay.
Because we are going to gain it, we need to start seeing.
All right.
We need to start. You can't be telling us that. Are you telling me? Sorry, Kofi.
We're out of time. But
But
thank you very much. I want to read some messages here. We'll take some more calls still after I read maybe a few 5 messages. So, but what it seems that Pastor Ladipo is saying, he's talking about results, yeah? I think also from what the president is saying, my observation is that Nigerians received there was a shock to the Nigerian system. I've been saying over years, right from when I was a Nigerian from Port Harcourt, that we live a false economy. I've been saying over years, we live a false economy. Yes, 2012, 2013, 2014. So we're living in a false economy. Nigerians are living in a fake economy. Now, people ask me why. So when I travel to other African countries and I see that you get into a car, before you have to now tell the taxi driver to turn on the AC. He will now do it grudgingly. When he parks the car, immediately he parks it, he'll turn it off. He lived in a country here in Nigeria where you get into a taxi, the ACs are already turned on. All right? People are driving their cars around, the ACs are on. Children, teenagers, young people, Lower class, middle class, everybody's turning on AC. Why? Because there was cheap petrol. Someone comes visit you in the office, here in the studio, maybe we have an interview. The driver will leave the AC on to be chilling in the car. To be chilling in the car. When the Oga finishes the interview, goes down the AC, the car is running. Cheap petrol. And some of this petrol also found its way to neighboring African countries. Found its way to neighboring African countries via smuggling. And some people were benefiting from it. Cheap petrol. So for years, I kept saying it. It's not about Tinubu or Buhari. For years, Nigerians were living in a false economy because government was paying for the petrol. And it was evidenced by how we were running our ACs. Now, I don't mean to insult anyone's sensibility or anything like that, but that's the situation. So the removal of that subsidy was a shock to the system. It was a shock to the system. Should it have been done? Was it done the right way? Could it have been, implemented in phases? Is it true? Do you agree with the president, what he says, that things are so bad there was no way the country would have shut down, would have collapsed totally? What do you think about that? If he had not removed subsidy or continued with that removal that was already in place when he came in? What do you think? Just call in and share your thoughts with us. But what some of you are saying is you want to see an announcement of a raft of measures so people can see that the government is also doing something on their part. I think is what some of you are saying. 99.3, good morning.
The humble lion.
Welcome.
Lapruchu is my name.
Welcome, Lapruchu.
Well, I want to talk on Mr. President's speech. To me, it doesn't make any sense. You see? Instead, rather than he addressing issues, talking on how to address issues confronting this nation, is there, counting his achievements. And these achievements brought hardship, brought hunger in the land. Your taxes and policies keep crippling some legal businesses people are doing to take care of their responsibilities. And you bent on giving them palliatives of maize. Are they chickens in their fatherland that they are giving them?
You're forgetting rice.
That will not last for 2 days. Instead of you take people's interests over 230, you undermine their interest and welfare. Over 230 million people.
Thank you very much.
And you people are whining and dining with millions.
Thank you very much. Is it time to go home? Is it for the protesters to go home so it doesn't get out of hand?
Well, I don't know. We asked Mr. President, whatever he said, let's work with that.
All right. Thank you very much. You have Madam Oboli, that's what I'm seeing on my screen, in Ikorodu. Madam Oboli, welcome. Take it away, your contribution.
Mr. Kofi, take your time. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Now, it's right for my screen. No, don't mind me. Fine, thank you. It's all right.
You're not picking now.
You come again?
I said you were not picking even the WhatsApp calls.
Oh, really? Well, yes. You're here now. Don't mind me. I'm just pulling your legs. It's Mrs. Oboli. Very well, thank you. Time to end the protest to go home or not?
Why should we go home, Mr. Kofi? Tell me. So when the president said he wanted a father to daughter or father family discussion, was this what he was bringing to the table? Mr. Kofi, I would rather he didn't give any speech than what he said yesterday. What he said was more or less like a threat, an admonition, and he was pressing himself on his shamble achievements. I don't want to sound insulting this morning, so I'm trying to be picky and choosing my words.
All right.
Mr. Kofi, we say we are hungry. That statement he made or the speech he reeled out yesterday, was it one of hope? Well, I don't see anything hopeful that makes me hopeful in it. There's something about demand, Mr. Kofi. When the child is hungry, when the child desires something from the parents, and he demands from them, what happens? They give. If they don't have, there's a way they will talk about it or go around it.
All right, time's up. We need to move on. Yeah. Finally, yesterday.
Finally, all I am saying is that the president should highlight the demands of the protesting masses and nip it in the bud. Else, we can't stop this protest.
Thank you very much. We have John in Lagos. John, take it away.
Okay, Kofi, good morning.
Good morning.
John.
Welcome.
Yes, Kofi, you have been saying a lot of things this morning, and it's like most of your listeners, they are not listening. for me, Mr. President has addressed the issues. That's the protest. And most of them in their state, I don't see any person protesting in their state. The message has been sent.
All right, Omenka, are you
Mr.
there?
President has received the message. So please, let people rest on their house and allow Mr. President to continue his good work.
Why?
You're asking me why?
Yeah.
Did you hear what he said? We're paying debt of 97%. Now he has brought it down to 67. And the state governors, nobody is questioning the state governors. What are they doing with the increase in the allocation they are getting?
All right, so are you saying that the protesters should go home because the president has brought the
Let
debt
them go home.
debt home?
It's okay.
Hold on,
A lot of people are hungry.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that
There are
you're
people who depend on daily bread.
Omenka,
They are not getting it.
Omenka.
And it's not easy.
What is your reason for saying the protest? I need to understand. Is it at the 67, 68%?
Mr. Kofi, until more people die.
Okay. All right. Okay,
Please.
Thank you. Omenka, hold
It's
on.
okay.
Hold on. We have Moshiro on the line. Moshiro, Omenka says...
I don't have enough credit to except you call me back.
I won't call you back. Thank you, Raj. Moshiro, where do you stand in all of this? It says people should go home to prevent further death, you know?
Kofi.
Yeah.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning.
Yeah. You see, the president spoke yesterday. As what the president said outrightly wrong? No. Does he need to add more? Yes. He needs to talk on the refinery. What he needs to say is, okay, with this present Dangote refinery and that of our national refinery that is coming for, the price of the petroleum will crash soon. Bear with us, we cannot go back to the subsidy regime. We all knew that Jonathan was about removing the subsidy. They refused then. Then after some years, we the Nigerian citizens, we clamor for the majority, let me not say everybody, some of the Nigerian people, we clamor for the removal of subsidy. Now it has been removed. There are lots that need to be done. Okay, how do we go forward? We can't be for them to return the subsidy. It's not right.
Okay.
At all, it's not right. So people should go back home. The Mr. President has spoken, and we have felt it. Even here in the UK presently, there is riots everywhere. They are calling on the Prime Minister to come and say something. He has not said anything.
No, he addressed them. He addressed them. He spoke against racism.
Yes.
All right.
Yesterday. It's what.
So your thesis is that the Nigerian protesters should go home now the president has spoken.
Yes, he has spoken. They felt it already.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's put Abiola on the line. Abiola, where are you listening to us from?
Yeah, good morning, Kofi.
Yeah, where are you listening to us from, Abiola?
Manchester.
Okay, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah. Kofi, on my own quickly, I was telling Sheriff this morning that look at the protests across UK since last week and tell me one person that have died. None. With the brutality they are giving to police, no person have died. No protesters have died. But in my country, people protest peacefully. You still go and kill them, and you are asking them not to get angry. You are asking them to go home. Anyway, I'm not around. If I'm around, I will not go home. I was in NSAS, I was there. We were there together.
All
so
right.
if I'm in Nigeria today, I won't go home because Mr. President never say anything. He never speak.
What do you expect him to say? What would you like him to say?
Kofi, Mr. President understand what is going on in the petroleum sector in Nigeria. If anybody want to doubt it, his nephew, Wale Tinubu, is the owner of Oando. So he must have an understanding.
Based on the understanding, what would you like the president to have said?
For some of us, I don't believe in removing subsidies. Subsidies everywhere.
So what would you have liked? What would you have wanted him to say?
Yeah, reduce the subsidy. Bring back the subsidy, monitor it, remove the corruption.
But they're saying there's no money. That this guy, the previous guy, ran this country into serious debt.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
Oh, you know, I'm here to know what
Do
you
you
think.
believe that?
What do you
No,
do you
no, no,
believe?
no, no. Okay.
Do you
I
believe?
don't believe it. If I believe it, if it's so that Nigeria don't have money, president will not be talking about yacht. He will not be talking about jet for the president and the vice president.
What if the president says, okay, we'll keep the subsidy, but we'll reduce government spending, or let me say, we'll reduce.
We are talking about the people here, Kofi. I am
Expenses,
telling you,
right.
even people. Though vice president called us idiots last week, called the people in the diaspora idiot last week. I don't want to join issue with him.
Well, let's talk about that. But I'm saying, what if the president says, "Oh, we can't remove subsidy, but we're going to reduce expenditure, government expenditure for those of us, our salaries."
It's about the people. I am telling you that even those of us who are living in diaspora, the calls for help is weighing some of us down.
All right. Thank you very much. We have to leave it at that. I apologize, my brother, for that, but I appreciate your time. I want to read a message or two here. Don't forget today, Monday, 2 lucky players of the One Play Lottery will go on with 25,000 naira each. All you have to do is get to the website www.oneplay.ng or dial star 347 star 880 hash and choose Nigerian for you. Follow the prompts. If you play, one ticket is 500 naira. You can buy as much as you want. The more you play, you buy, the more your chances of winning. You can end up with 25,000 naira today. The number one, play together as one word. Oneplay.ng. www.oneplay.ng. Or you dial star 347 star 880 hash from your phone and follow the prompts. Please, in all, choose Nigeria Info. At 9:15, I'll run the draw and we'll pick the winner. 2 winners to go on with 25,000 naira. All right, message here. This is sent in by Oluwa Shegun, who says that the inaugural speech of the president of the actor has been addressed on the national. Okay, I don't understand your message. Please, can you just write it simply so I can read it? Well. Edwin Osukwa says, all over the world, government subsidizes for its citizens. Tell me one thing Nigerians are benefiting from the government. Thank you very much for your comment. Jeremiah Nakeja said, it's a lie that the country was in total collapse under the man he brought and encouraged from the beginning to the end. If so, why? Buying ordinary SUV for 150 million naira, buying yacht for 5 billion naira, he says, renovation of vice president's house for 21 billion naira, taking over 1,000 persons to Qatar or Saudi Arabia last time, etc. Thank you very much, Jeremiah Nikaja. Good to hear from you. Another one here reads, subsidy was already removed before Mr. Tinubu came into power because the 2023 budget didn't capture it. But what baffled all of us is that if the president and all the Nigerians know this, then what was the need to say this word, subsidy is gone, when it's not even in the budget before his administration? All right. Thank you very much for your comment there. Not a small thing. We go to the next one. Achogba Solomon says, it's a kind of long message here. He's in a demo. My only surprise is that I'm surprised at all the people who are surprised at President Tinubu and APC. It says, my only surprise is that I'm surprised at the people who are surprised at Tinubu and APC. They can unleash the state power against the people they're already oppressing. He says, the people who are supporting in any way and those that are silent, it will get to a point one day. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see if that will happen. Another one says, Kofi, I'm really very sorry. I think you apologize on behalf of all the protesters. Sound from Ipori is very funny. Says Kofi, I'm really very sorry. We have no home to go to. Hence, the protest continues. That speech ain't hopeful at all. He still isn't getting the drift. All right. Unduku Godspa. He's in Ijaye. Says, you can't be telling us you made a damaged economy, but you are spending lavishly. Okay. What do you want the president to say? Let me know. What would you like him to say the next time he addresses Nigerians? I wish I had a chance to advise the president on his communication strategy. And I've given him the key to get every Nigerian to listen and agree with him or understanding and give him time. Anyway, this one is sent to by Samuel and I. Both says, please help me understand these. Is subsidy bad? Who are the people siphoning this subsidy money? And why is it impossible to bring them to book? Debt financing revenue reduced 97% to 68%. Where's the effect? He's asking. All right, these are the things that people will want to see. Kunle says, your female only line is discriminatory. Thank you very much, Kunle. Good to hear from you. Okay. Kewalensky says, if there was anything most Nigerians had come to terms with, it is that subsidy needed to go, even though I still think corruption was the problem and not subsidy. All right, thank you very much. He says, when the president announced suddenly subsidy was gone, I want to ask you, what was the government short, mid, and long-term plan to deal with the immediate and long-term effect? No be small thing, Okay, we gotta go. Thank you very much for your time. I return tomorrow. Let's see if the protesters will go home or if the protests will continue. God bless you. Up next.
Do you know why you should take Pregnacare supplements before, during, and after pregnancy? Pregnacare is formulated by scientists to create the safest and most trusted formula. Pregnacare from Vitabiotics UK.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.